Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing the second half of my What Sold, which will be for last weekend, Friday through Sunday, June 21st through the 23rd, and sales were okay. I actually have a sale on Etsy to share with you guys. I have been starting to put some stuff on there. I think what I plan on doing with Etsy is I need to put some just, bread and butter on there and see if that kind of gets people into my store looking at stuff, and then maybe they see some of the higher dollar stuff also. But I have tended to just focus on the vintage higher dollar stuff, and I think that has been probably a mistake, that I need to put all kinds of stuff on there, not just the high dollar, because I have tons of vintage toys that should be on there. It's just I let my frugalness get in the way about doing that 20-cent listing fee. It does last for 4 months, and I just need to consider it cost of doing business and get more stuff on there. So that's going to be my goal this year, is to get more regular price stuff on there, especially as we head into fourth quarter. All right, just a reminder, we are almost at the end of this quarter, so if you've not used your coupon yet, you better get it used up, because I guess July 1st is that Monday. When you work at home, you just kind of lose track of time, but we'll be getting our new coupons then. All right, I don't think much is going on in the reselling world, although today my sales have been awful, and I just looked on my phone. I've not had any activity on my account since about noon today. It is now 5:45. Nothing. Not an offer, not a sale, not a nothing. And just things must be happening in eBay land. Plus, we're getting ready to head into a holiday, so sometimes that affects stuff too. All right, let me go ahead and share what I have with you. Before we get there, though, I can't share my one and only sale with you on Mercari. For some reason, I am locked out of that account. It will not open. I can get it to it on my phone, but I cannot get logged in on my computer. So I don't know what's going on with that either, but it was just one pitiful sale. Anyway, I'm over Mercari. I'm over it. This was a good one. One and only sale, though, for the weekend on Poshmark, but it was this Lego Duplo vehicle construction set, sold for $58. I have a bag of Duplos that are pieces and parts to vehicles, so I need to get it out. It's just one of those, I listed a bunch of stuff out of that bag, and even though I say don't do it, I did it. I set the rest of it away, and I need to not do that. All right, and then Etsy. This was a nice sale also. This was considered, it was by Wherever, and it was called a chicken bucket. It's a pressure cooker that you use to cook chicken. I kind of guess like Kentucky Fried Chicken way, where they pressure cook it, then they fry it for the crispiness. And it sold on Etsy for $43.95. And then eBay. Lots of sales on eBay. But if you're new to my channel, I don't do free shipping. So when I say something sold for $26.95, like this item, the buyer also paid additional for shipping. And if you like this content, please thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section for me, even if it's just an emoji. Makes the algorithm on there happy also. All right, this Braun 3210 food processor. I still have more of it, but we have sold tons of this. I broke everything down into parts. This, Robert picked up the food processor at a church yard sale for $20, and this white bowl sold for $26.95. I think we're up to over $300 to $400 in sales for just the pieces and parts. All right, this is a realistic voice-actuated cassette tape player. I'm pretty sure it was a Robert pickup. Sold very, very quickly, and I got glowing feedback on it for $14.95. Now, I sold this, had to wait the 4 days for the non-paying bidder thing, relisted it, and it sold immediately again. This is just, again, these were in my profit pile stuff. You know, when I'm at the bins, a lot of times I just pick up a lot of Playmobil and the little people in the play school, just all the small stuff. And these were just incomplete pieces and parts. And in cleaning out my shelves, I just decided to throw all of these together, one lot, and they sold for $20. But this was just Playmobil watercraft, raft, helicopter, incomplete. Fisher-Price Little People boulders. There's several of their play sets that came with boulders. Some of them were brown, some of them were tan. This particular one was white. I sell them as replacement parts. I haven't found them in a very long time. This one has been listed for a really long time, and it finally sold for $8.05. You can see just a little boulder. Tonka Pound Puppies plush. Pretty sure this was in the lot of Pound Puppies that I picked up when we went down to the Peaches to the Beaches. I want to say I paid $30 or $35 for a large box of large ones and small ones. This one was from 1985. It's called Rumpelskins, and it sold for $17.95. Lego City Monster Truck Crusher. Anytime I see Legos in the bins, I go ahead and grab them. This was, again, another incomplete vehicle with one little figure, and it sold for $13.45. Fisher-Price tea set. These are replacement cups to the 681 set. I think it was from 1980s, and these 4 cups sold for $11. Bygos women's jeans, again listed prior to last year, and this one sold for $10. Micro Machine mini figure lot. This was also in my profit pile stuff. I noticed I found several. I mean, these are like 1 inch tall little figures, and just put them all together, and they sold in like 2 months for $16.15. Just shared this in a recent haul video. This is Discovery Toys Tiger Bright flashlight. Sold very, very quickly for me. It didn't look like it had been used, but I did test it and showed that it worked. Sold for $22.45. I paid I want to say I paid 50 cents at a yard sale when we were in Missouri. Could have been $1. All right, this is Fisher-Price Little People. This is the vintage Knight to the Castle. My friend Sam had called me from a yard sale to tell me about a lot of this stuff that was there. I paid $50 for, I think, 5 lots of vintage Little People stuff, and this sold for $10.50. Briar's horse figure. I tend to pick them up at the bins. If they're in really good condition, pay attention to the ears. A lot of times they're broken off. But I listed this in May and it's already sold. $12.95. This was on my profit pile shelves, y'all. This is funny. This is a, I guess, exercise piece of equipment from 1978 that helps with tennis elbow. I was shocked when I checked comps on it. It had just sat somewhere forever, and it sold probably within the week that I listed it for $43. So anytime you see odd stuff, check it. Check it. IKEA, there's a series of, I want to say, 3 different colors of this particular pig. They're 7 inches tall. There's a solid pink. There's a pink and tan, and then this white and pink. This one sold for $11.66. More incomplete Lego Duplo construction pieces. These two sold for $15.26. Dandy brown horse pony plush. Y'all, I kind of panicked when I saw this sale because if you look up there in my custom label, there is no item number, and I have finished inventorying the room that this was in, and I thought, it's not there. It's not there. No, I missed it. It was tucked back on a shelf, and I didn't notice. And thank goodness I found it. But it sold for $13.45. Scholastic's Clifford the Big Red Dog with Emily Elizabeth in his lap sold for $8.96. Now, we just picked this up recently at a yard sale. I picked up 4 PlayStation games, paid $1 each for them. This one sold the same day I listed it. It is Tekken 3, Black Label, sold for $20.16. Miss Lee Women's Aloha Patriotic Shirt. Perfect time of year for something like this. Sold for $19. Picked this up at an estate sale. I want to say I paid like $1 for the 2 of them. Maybe 2. But I bought a lot. There was some other animals in it that went with some other stuff that I had picked up. So I just kind of picked it apart and listed these 2 together. They were little. They're less than 1 inch tall. $12.10. This is one of my just say no's. Just say no. They used to sell for me, you know, in my bread and butter range, $8 to $10. Now they're taking forever. I've tried putting them in small lots individually. They're just really slow movers for me. I won't be picking them up at the bins anymore. Sold for $8.05. Duplos, again, anytime, I tell you, anytime I find them in the bins, I pick them up. Be careful, make sure that you check in, you know, either underneath them if they don't have pegs on top of them or the peg holes. But make sure that you see the word Duplo in them or Lego, because there's a lot of knockoffs of them. I found a few of them and I toss them. I toss them either in my donate bag or I'll just go ahead and toss them. You know, there's just a lot of knockoffs on Duplo now. And these 5 animals sold for $17.95. This is some more photography equipment RJ's grandma gave me. This was an Argus flash holder. Don't know anything about it. Sold for $15. Carhartt men's jeans sold for $15. Baby starters, gray elephant lovey. I pick up most loveys, and this one sold for $13.45. I love when I get comments down in my videos that somebody said because of me they started picking up loveys and they're selling for them. So, you know, that makes me feel good that people are starting to realize that, you know, you can make profit with plush. Old listing, finally gone. This is a white tiger plush by Lesco collection, sold for $8.05. Another old listing. This was a Hamilton Beach classic drink master. Not remembering where we picked this up. It was a long time ago. Did not have the accessories or the little cup that went with it. Finally sold for $12. Circo, Target, brown giraffe plush sold very quickly for $15. Glass tiki cup tumbler, Too Faced, happy and sad. I want to say this was a bins pickup, or I bought something and it was just a part of the lot because it's not something I normally would pick up, but it finally sold $9.86. Lil Smoky. I tend to find plush for the, of course, for UT. Ooh, look, I have a typo in that title there. Sometimes, oh, and you know what? I have it I have another one listed. I need to go in and fix that. But this particular puppet sold for $11.50. All right, I picked this up at an estate sale. I want to say it was like $1 or $2 for all three of them. I just thought they were really interesting. You know, little flocked pigs dressed up as different stuff. They were by Russ, and the three of them sold for $17.95. Another one of those things. You know, I used to be able to pick them up, sell them $8 to $10, no problem, but it's just, I think, one of those things that people just don't buy these very often anymore. I had put these two together thinking, you know, for twins or something, a little pink and a blue one. But these are the Glow Seahorses from Fisher-Price, and it took over a year for them to sell, and they sold for $9.86. And I still have one more set of them. This was part of a bag of Barbie, vintage Barbie stuff. At first, I didn't realize they were Barbie, but until I found one piece that had a Black Label Barbie on it tag. And so I started Google lensing every single piece, and it was just pulling them up for me, telling me exactly what number they were, what to call them. So I ended up listing the whole bag pretty much piece by piece. Some of them sold for, you know, $15+, and then, you know, something like this sold for $6.75. But oh, it was so easy with Google Lens. I found a couple of these, and then I realized I had, you know, several lots of Doc McStuffin figures. So I decided to end all of those listings and make one large lot. I think there was a couple of duplicates in there. Probably not something I'm going to continue to pick up. So, you know, I just wanted to do one lot, make them gone. And they sold for $15. Projects. Y'all, I keep telling myself, no more projects. Because, like this, I've had this probably over a year. Somebody had put, like, fingernail polish on the lips, on the fingers, on the toes, and it wasn't coming off easily. It did not come off with fingernail polish remover. I'm not quite sure what it was, because it was like caked on and then painted. Whatever it was, like maybe they tried to do fake nails. I don't know. But I just decided I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm going to list her as is. Put on there read, you know, her tag was cut off, her teeth were dull because I did try to clean them, and then I showed the fingers and stuff with this stuff that was on their nails. Listed it $29.95, and it sold probably the same day I listed it for $25. But no more projects. No. All right, vintage My Little Pony. Pretty sure this was a bins pickup based on the date I have in my custom label. It was listed less than 2 months and sold for $8.06. Oh, I guess I should go back and say what it was. I don't think I even said that. This is a vintage My Little Pony Big Top Newborn Baby from, let's see, 1987. All right, these next two, y'all, I have stuff, eBay overflow, things that need cleaned in my kitchen on shelves, and I'm done with it. I'm almost got one shelf emptied, and I've got one more to go, and this was on that shelf. Probably listed bought 3 or 4 years ago, and just got set on a shelf and forgotten about. I actually had 3 sets of these food cutter processors. You know, they're just hand shredders. You just mount them onto your table and put these different blades in them, and you can push vegetables and stuff through it, and it peels them and cuts them. So got this one listed. This one is Towncraft, and let's see, I listed these back in May, so they've not been listed but probably about a month. Sold this one for $32.36. Its brand was Towncraft. And then I had a Salad Master set. Same bag. I actually have one more, but I think I'm missing something, so it's still sitting over there. But I think I picked all of these up at an estate sale for $5 each. So I had 5 in each of these, and the Salad Master one sold for $45. But it's funny, they sold the same weekend. Then, the next two are my higher selling plush for the weekend. I sold this Monster Rancher Mochi plush. I guess he's from a video game. I don't know video games. From 2000, and he sold for $50.96. And this IKEA cat. Y'all, if you ever see him, he does very, very well. I think this is the second one I have sold. Listed him back in December, and I got an offer of $65 for him. Pretty sure he was a bins pickup. I find a lot of IKEA stuff at the St. Louis bins because right across the street from there is IKEA. So I guess they just get donated a lot of stuff because, you know, kids around here don't have access to IKEA. The closest IKEA for us, I want to say, is in Charlotte. I think. We've gone there a couple of times. It's an amazing store, but I find a lot of IKEA in St. Louis. All right. I hope you're getting ideas of things to be looking for. We are on a push right now to get a bunch of videos done because Robert's leaving this week to go see his mom again. And I'm going to be holding down the fort here, trying to get bunches of stuff listed and do all the shipping while he's gone. I've gotten used to him doing shipping. It's gonna be, but y'all, I did it for years, but it's been nice not having to do it on a regular basis. All right, time to get to work. Bye.